Hello and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Final Mix.
The frame rate of those waterfalls is
Hey Sora,
not
heard
matching.
about the legendary power of the Palpu fruit? They say if you share it with someone you really care for, it binds you together forever and ever, through eternity. It's so romantic. I gotta try it sometime.
So, what's your feelings on their textured animated mouths? Do you like it? Hate it?
In Kingdom Hearts 1, it was a matter of efficiency that they were able to do a lot of the lip syncing using it. It used to bother me a lot more just how much of the game it was in and how much better it is when they had the fully modeled mouth movements and how good those look. And you definitely get a whole lot of what I call fish face with the textured mouths in Kingdom Hearts 2. It just doesn't bother me as much anymore. I guess I've gotten used to it in this game specifically, but there was once upon a time where it was really distracting.
I think for me, it looks weirdest on, like, I distinctly picture Tarzan later on.
Yeah.
With some
So
characters,
Tita's there. Yeah, so Tita's there was like, oh yeah, Riku, he beat us 3-on-1 yesterday, or before, and it's like, yesterday I beat all three of you as well, and I also beat Riku, so... Yeah, I kind of glossed over the three-way fight between Selphie, Tidus, and Wakka, which is quite the daunting task in, when you're starting out in the game. It's like, man, I just barely survived against Wakka.
Man, I can see where the buff Riku meme came from. Those pecs are ridiculous. How old is he supposed to be, anyway?
Sora is 14, as is Kairi, and Riku is 15.
Okay. Alright, I've been excited to see what you're gonna name this thing.
Should be pretty obvious.
Oh, okay.
Just name the channel.
Okay, that's good.
But yeah, the three-way fight between Selphie, Tidus, and Wakka, mostly I recommend focusing down Selphie and then trying to take down Tidus. And if you can do that without Wakka killing you off screen, then you should be fine. So this race is one that you can never be entirely sure you're going to win because
I hate
there's
this
some
stupid race.
even for experienced players, there's some jank here. And it does contribute to the rolling score between Sora and Riku that we started tracking yesterday.
I was under the impression if you have a total score that's less than his, it doesn't matter if you win this race, you still have to have your boat named the Highwind. I don't know if that's true.
No, it's just the result of the race.
Okay. That would have saved me a lot of frustration.
Yeah, the score doesn't really have much effect on anything. It's just a bit of characterization between Sora and Riku that he's keeping track.
So it really is better to climb this thing, huh? Oh, definitely.
I assume
wow.
so.
Yeah, that zipline's quick.
But that zipline, you attach to it the same way that you attach to the to ledges. Right there, I had flipped the camera around, but it's not until you hear that sound that the tree is actually tagged, so you can very easily mess that up. And I am not sure that I have ever successfully jumped across the trees there. I always fall down.
Yeah.
But at this point, I've got Riku cooked.
There's a certain lack of momentum with these jumps.
It's probably good that the worst jumps in the game are right here at the beginning, where it doesn't really matter.
I would posit that Deep Jungle is worse, but we'll see how you handle it.
So, Sora ends up pouting based on what Riku says, regardless of whether you win or lose, because if you lose, Riku says, alright, well, we're naming it Highwind, and Sora's like, I'll get it next time. And so you can get a bit of a different impression of their relationship, depending on what happens.
He's both a sore winner and loser.
more like Riku knows how to push his buttons.
I wonder if anybody's figured out Sora's shoe size. Because those are some big honking shoes.
And they get smaller in every game. So yesterday, last part, you were talking about the Disney parks and their connection to Kingdom Hearts. I cannot believe that I forgot to bring up that the Disney parks inspired the name of Kingdom Hearts itself.
Oh, Magic Kingdom, huh?
I believe it was actually specifically Animal Kingdom because it like opened or had been announced when this game was in development. So it was on Nomura's mind, and then Hearts just because that was a big deal in the game's lore and themes and everything.
That reminds me of the tidbit of lore. Do you know about Splash Mountain and its name?
No.
Okay. I can't remember who the CEO was at the time. I want to say Iger, but whoever was in the 90s maybe? Whatever.
It wasn't Iger. You mean Eisner?
Eisner, thank you. Pretty sure it was Eisner. The reason it's called Splash Mountain, I don't know. I'm almost certain this is true. Look it up. Somebody look it up sometime. It's called Splash Mountain because he liked the movie Splash.
I don't know that movie.
I don't know. It's a movie where a guy meets a mermaid. It's pretty good.
Okay.
My point is, if that's true, that's hilarious. And I could totally see an out-of-touch Disney exec doing something like that.
Mm-hmm. On the subject of mods, I felt like I should mention who created each of the mods. The texture downgrade mod that I'm using was made by Puddleglum, and the Skybox fix was by Perron MLS. And I also didn't say the right name of my own mod. It's consistent localization, not consistent
Oh, the irony. I just realized he's like wearing it's like fishing waders, but like the worst part, like they wouldn't be useful for actually wading all that much.
He has what Nico B coined as pants. It looks cool, who cares?
I'm thankful that my hat is wearing a belt. Ding. Now, you mentioned Nico B. For me, the person that I watch that talks about these games is Butterbuns. And her reviews...
Super Butterbuns, yeah.
I love her reviews. They're pretty fun. Mm-hmm. She gets very tilted, and I like that.
Yep, I'm a fan of Buns and of the nigh identically sounding Shenpai.
Oh, like their voice is the same?
They've collabed closely, and it can be kind of difficult to tell them apart at times. I swear they sound identical.
That's funny. I wonder if anybody's ever done that, where they've like collabed with themselves under two different names.
Oh, it's kind of be like a pulling one over on their viewers.
Pretty much.
All right, so here are the fish. You can lock on to them.
I didn't know this.
To get them.
Ah, I wish I knew.
And they're all right here in this starting.
I spent an embarrassing amount of time searching for that last fish.
Mm-hmm. So another one of the small mods I installed was by Sora 20007. All it does is it removes the prompt on the main menu and in the pause menu that tells you how to open up the PC settings, because I think it looks bad. Especially on the title screen where it's like, oh, it's simple and clean. It's just, white with a nice art on it, and then you have this, like, gear off to the side being like, here's the PC settings.
Oh, yeah, I've been meaning to ask. This is the PC. Yeah, this is PC.
Yeah, this is Steam.
I have most of the Kingdom Hearts games because they had a crazy sale on Epic years ago. But... so I don't know how much I'm getting screwed because I don't have the Steam version. I don't know if it matters.
It's mainly just that it's not on Steam. I believe all of the Epic games got the same updates that the Steam ones did for things.
For better or for worse.
The exception to that might be Kingdom Hearts 3. But even then, it's very minor. I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay. Because I do intend to play through 2 before you touch it on this channel, if that ever happens.
And I mean, hey, I have the games on PS4 on disc, so if you ever want to go that route instead, because it's more convenient for whatever reason, that's an option.
I can't hold back from mod potential, but then again, I might take you up on that. Oh yeah, she is the better artist, clearly. I don't know who, but that sketch of Sora reminds me of some other character. Maybe Cloud?
Goku?
What? Who's there?
I'm gonna say Beetle Bailey, an old comic. Oh,
door to this world.
creepy guy.
Huh?
This world has been connected.
Well, what are you talking about?
Mario has logged in.
Tied to the darkness. Soon to be completely eclipsed.
Well, whoever you are, stop freaking me out like this. Huh? Well, where did you come from?
You do not yet know what lies beyond the door.
So you're from another world.
Sora's being fairly
There
nonchalant.
is so very much to learn.
I have questions about
You
the
understand
order of
so
these
little.
lines being delivered.
Oh yeah? Well, you'll see. I'm gonna get out and learn what's out there.
A meaningless effort. One who knows nothing can understand nothing.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
This little speech has become fairly iconic. They refer back to it fairly often, as I recall.
Okay, so Sora like literally asked, where did you come from?" as like the 4th or 5th line in that conversation, when that should have clearly been the first line.
Yeah, because it's like, what? Who are you? What? But you know, we're getting these little hints of like, you know, the outside creeping in.
I remember.
So in regard,
Oh yes.
No, go ahead.
Oh, just that door. I was very unsatisfied that you don't go through it in this game. I don't think you do. I don't remember.
No, it comes back later, but you never actually get to walk through it.
Yeah.
So the international version of the game, its main things, like I said, it added 3 optional bosses. There was one optional boss that was always in the game all the way back to the original Japanese release. It removed the ability to install the game to the PS2's hard disk, which you could get for faster load times, something that very few actually used. It changed the background music of one boss fight to a more appropriate track. That'll come in much, much later. The HP of several bosses was drastically reduced. One was halved to make the game less grindy. And the biggest functional thing outside of the bosses was that it added a difficulty level. The original game had just one difficulty, and then the international version had normal and expert, which they then expanded to basically beginner, standard, and proud, which are called Final Mix Beginner, Final Mix, and Final Mix Proud here.
I gotta say, the animation of the charm spinning like that was really well done.
It was. They did a lot with a little there. It was basically just a double-sided texture.
You know, one thing they could have done to help with the mouth animations is do slight jaw deformation up and down with the texture.
It's changed.
What do you mean?
Well,
You okay?
Sora, let's take the raft and go. Just the 2 of us.
Huh?
Just kidding.
What's gotten into you? You're the one that's changed, Kyrie.
Maybe. You know, I was a little afraid at first, but now I'm ready.
If these kids actually go onto this raft, they're gonna starve in a couple of days. They got what, like a couple coconuts and an
I
egg,
can always come back
Yeah,
here,
and like 3
and
fish.
right?
a single mason jar of water.
That's good.
Oof.
Sora. Don't ever change.
Huh?
I just can't wait. Once we set sail, it'll be
I
great.
think her skirt was clipping into her shorts in that shot.
Very possible.
It's funny, the way she's talking, it's like, let's take it and go. Kyrie, is Riku beating you?
Oh, yeah, I was talking about Osmond and him getting his voice changing right after this game came out. He was a few weeks away from turning 14 when the game came out. And Kingdom Hearts 2 came out when he was 18, and Rechain, which is where they actually did the voice acting, came out when he was 20.
Wow.
So, yeah, and funnily enough, it is the exact same story with Sora's Japanese voice actor. So that performance, the Japanese performance of Sora, is also literally unreplicable.
That's fascinating.
Oh dear, what could this mean?
The look on that face.
We'll just have to trust the king.
The Disney characters here are all their standard for the time casting. Donald is Tony Anselmo, Goofy is Bill Farmer, Daisy is Tress MacNeille, and Minnie is Russie Taylor.
Both of you.
I feel like Tress MacNeille has gotten worse with age.
Of course. You be careful now, both of you.
Oh, and to chronicle your travels, he will accompany you.
Over here!
Hey,
Cricket's
Jiminy.
the
Is that a
name.
piece of toast?
Jiminy Cricket at your service.
Where?
The thing with the eyeballs
We
on
hope
it.
for your safe return. Please help
I
the
didn't
king.
catch that. Good luck, Donald. I have no idea how Goofy is meant to put on his helmet.
Yeah.
Gosh, Jiminy, your world disappeared too. It was terrible. We were scattered. And as far as I can see, I'm the only one.
Oh, I never noticed that. Huh. I
What?
thought it was... I never realized it was a helmet. I always looked at it as a funny hat.
I got you.
Yeah, the helmet's just resting on his head, but who knows how he's meant to put it
It
on.
looks more like it's for Donald's head, honestly. Then again,
Right. World order.
we already left it, but I gotta say that the bookshelves reminded me of the Beauty and the Beast library.
When we get there.
Jiminy Cricket is voiced by Eddie Carroll here. He started voicing Jiminy in the 70s. Jiminy's original
Wow.
voice was Cliff Edwards, who died in 71.
I wonder if he did House of Mouse.
Possibly. Eddie Carroll's last role in anything was as Jiminy in Rechain of Memories in 2008. He died in 2010.
Darn.
Also, notably, the at this time, voices for Mickey and Minnie were married.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, Wayne Allwine and Russie Taylor. Wayne died in 2009, Russie in 2019.
I gotta say, I don't mean to disparage Tress MacNeille. It's just time can do things to your voice, and boy, I'm amazed she's still doing the voice, but I can tell it's becoming a strain.
Whenever I think of voice actors doing a voice for far too long, I just think of Marge Simpson.
Poor Marge.
It is painful to listen to recent episodes. So I'm like, let this poor woman's vocal cords rest.
Why are you surprised, Donald? So
But out of everyone's voices, David Gallagher voicing Riku, his has changed the least, so he can actually. Riku his voice hasn't changed too much over the series, a little bit,
I just
but
can't wait.
oh, that's
Once we
cute.
set sail, it'll be great.
A store? Oh no! The rat!
Okay, so this means we should be able to, wherever they are right now, we should be able to see Sora's house from Destiny Island.
We should be able to, yeah. That is the first and last time there is ever any indication that Sora has a mother.
Man, Sora really just went out for milk, didn't he?
He did. Completely forgotten about, and I'm sure that if they were to remake this game or go back in time and make changes, they would just eliminate that, because they do not want to admit that that's a thing.
Yeah, if there's one thing about series that I don't like, it's early installment weirdness.
Yes.
Kirby Right Back At Ya has, in the first episode, a couple things that I'm like, no? And yet, that's the strange thing. In episode 1, they show Kirby getting the snot beat out of him, turning blue, and it wasn't until like a decade later that we see that as a mechanic in, like, Mass Attack, which is kind of nuts.
So in this sequence, you are actually unable to damage the Heartless at all with the wooden sword.
Okay.
Even though that doesn't make sense, Heartless can be hurt with conventional weaponry.
The door.
I'm guessing they wanted to make it feel really, like, hopeless.
I think they didn't want you getting caught up in fighting them, so they were just like, oh no, it's literally, you can't do it.
Once we step through, we might not be able to come back. We may never see our parents again. There's no turning back. But this may be our only chance. We can't let fear stop us. I'm not afraid of the darkness.
Make the pose.
Oh.
There it is.
Riku.
That right there, that line, I think that was a beautiful delivery by Osmond that portrayed everything that Sora was going through in that moment.
Yeah. So the meta not even the meta, but like, so Riku's like opening his heart to the darkness, right? Or I'm not really sure. I've never really understood the implications of this scene.
He's viewing the destruction of all of this and the darkness enveloping as an opportunity rather than something that should be fought against.
I see. I would say that's very zen, but it's also really stupid.
It's not so much this moment. This moment is more of like his intent, where his mind is, that leads him to make actually bad decisions later.
Right. As a kid, I thought that Riku and his attitude caused all this, which is absurd, I know, in hindsight, but...
No, this same thing is happening to worlds all over the, I guess, the Kingdom Hearts multiverse.
Frankly, the way I look at it, because of how space works, I look at each place is a planet, and, you know, it's kind of displayed as a planet. So, it's almost like, I don't know, the idea that in space, it would be as if, like, we couldn't escape Earth unless some weird cosmic magic thing went away.
Well, there's also some sort of magic that preserves the knowledge that they are on a planet and not in the way they think.
Right.
So that these worlds stay separate. Basically, it's a bunch of stuff to make sure that the Disney worlds can be different places that we hop between.
Well,
so that was a very important moment.
oh, I get it.
Whoa!
I don't get it. It's you!
Round 2, I think. Yeah,
They really do without the chest thrusting.
Yeah, they've come back to this little bit of the island, chunk of the island falling apart a couple times. Mostly via memory. Hey, remember this? And then characters do things on the island.
Oh gosh, I just realized, I've joked about the fact that because Disney owns Fox, we could get a Springfield in Kingdom Hearts, like 4. Like, it's not gonna happen, but there's a universe where that exists. And I'm now like, oh, the worst implication is going to Quahog with the Family Guy crew. This is worse than the time I fought. Oh no, gosh.
I mean, I'm sure that even back in 2002, there were a lot of wild things that Disney owned that you could make jokes
Oh,
about.
sure. It's just specifically Family Guy that makes it ridiculous. I love the hit stun when you finish a fight. I feel like you always level up.
It's just a JRPG thing where bosses give you a whole lot of EXP, so unless you are just fresh off a level up, you'll probably get one.
Oh no! You know, you'd think that Sora's mom would have wound up in this place. Unless she became heartless, I guess.
Most people don't escape the destruction. See, that's an interesting point that, you know, all the stars are different worlds, and hey, that one just fell to darkness, the star went out.
Yeah. Which makes you question, then, like, how does the sun work? I don't know. The like, astrophysics in the Kingdom Hearts universe is kind of incomprehensible.
Hey, you know, maybe we ought to go find Leon.
So, we are here in Traverse Town, which might be my favorite Kingdom Hearts world ever.
I love running around here in VR chat.
This world probably had the biggest impression on me when I played this the first time when I was 12. I think that it is absolutely brilliant and beautiful, and I love it. It's like a Victorian toon town.
Yeah. What I would not give, like, I would sacrifice 1,000 Galaxy's Edges to get them to just build this place in a park.
They're never gonna do it. Kingdom Hearts doesn't appeal to a wide enough demographic for them to give it anything in the parks.
It just stinks because it, from a like functional standpoint, it's both cute and you could put a lot of shops in it. Like,
yes, Traverse Town would be a transcendently phenomenal theme park area. It's just, it'll never happen.
Yeah. I could see Disney Sea doing it, but... Man, I haven't seen this cutscene since I thought of doing an ill-advised cutaway gag for my Paper Mario playthrough. I never did.
Ah, the music. So right here, I'm pretty sure that this kid is a reskinned Tidus to some degree.
Oh, I thought that was
it.
Tidus.
It's not Tidus, but if it's not a reskin, then it's clearly using a lot like the same base.
Oh yeah. I always thought the three kids wound up here.
No, we have no idea. They probably are like in limbo right now, in darkness. So this lady in the Kingdom Hearts manga is both a hooker and gets murdered on screen like a frame after she propositions Sora.
Okay, I have like 8 different things to say about what you do. 1, there's a manga. 2, she dies. 3, sex exists in Kingdom Hearts?
The Kingdom Hearts manga series is wild, and I will be showing it to you later. Like,
oh my gosh.
Out of context, that sounds wild, but yeah.
I mean, I guess it's funny. It reminds me of the Zelda mangas being unhinged, or the Mario mangas being absolutely insane.
Here are the Moogles, Final Fantasy staples, so I understand. And I've never been able to get behind any design of the Moogles that aren't the Kingdom Hearts ones.
I can't picture them in any Kingdom, or in any Final Fantasy game.
So they've brought back Traverse Town a couple of times in the series, usually just because they're rehashing Kingdom Hearts 1 worlds, but I've never felt as though they've ever quite recaptured what they had here in Kingdom Hearts 1, particularly in the most prominent revisit in Dream Drop Distance. Yeah, no. Miss me with like the 4th district and the stuff. Like, nothing's ever been able to match this. I love Traverse Town so much that I made it the design of my custom debit card.
Oh yeah, that is a nice one.
And here's Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
They look like they've seen something. Unblinking eyes. So the mailbox saying put in postcards, I forgot about that. I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah, there's a limited number of postcards in the game that you can find in and around Traverse Town if you do certain things. I believe I'll be getting one real quick here. And put them into the post box and you'll get a prize for each one.
Neat. It's funny, there's been 3 phases of Huey, Dewey, and Louie's voice acting direction. There's the classic, they just sound like Donald. There's they sound not like Donald, but they're still kind of doing the duck voice. And then there's the modern one where they just have Sonic the Hedgehog voicing one of them.
I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah, Ben Schwartz voices one of, I can't remember which of them, but it's made some really good animations, memes out of that shit. Plus, I think he's on The Office as well, so yeah, it's always interesting to see, like, because, oh, nice. There's a lot of, I don't know, voice actors just, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be just, doing lots of roles to pay the bills. It's not everybody, and even Tom Kenny with his prolific SpongeBob has still done tons of roles. So. This man looks older every time I see him.
Yeah, so you hit the ceiling fan in the shop and you get a postcard.
That's neat.
And so here's Sid, specifically the Sid from Final Fantasy VII. And of all things, he's running an accessory shop.
I think I'm confusing him with Leon. Because I think I'm picturing what Leon looks like.
Yeah, they're both in this game. We'll be seeing Leon in a bit. So this game is pretty important to Square's history. Back when they were still Squaresoft, before they merged with Enix, when this game came out, Square was not in a good place. This was right after the collapse of their film division, Square Pictures.
They had a film division?
After everybody was always went crazy over their super high quality cutscenes in their games. So they're like, oh, let's just make a movie. And so they made Final Fantasy The Spirits Within, and it utterly failed. That was in 2001. This jeopardized their merger with Enix. Kingdom Hearts selling well was part of their recovery. Convinced Enix to go through with it, and that means this is the only game in the series that has ever had the Square Soft logo instead of Square Enix.
It's been so long, I even forgot that merger ever happened.
Yeah, the Greatest Hits PS2 release changed the logo to Square Enix on the box, but in-game, in the opening, it was still Squaresoft. They didn't change the logo in the opening to Square Enix until the PS3 re-release.
I guess for me, Square Enix just rolls off the tongue better than Enix or Squaresoft.
So yeah, in addition to Sora's old, more lion-like design, he also used a chainsaw sword in that same concept art. They moved away from the chainsaw sword because it was considered to be too violent. Disney accepted the giant key.
Bayonetta took it off his hands for him. So what's with that crystal? Does that have to do with anything?
A cool thing to put in the accessory shop.
Okay.
So you can see the ladder up to the attic up there.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Kid, get off my cases.
I would love to know what that building is someday, but it doesn't open into anything.
Yeah, a lot of games do that, where I'm like, I wish I could go in every door like a Zelda game.
Take note of that little blank area over there, empty little lot. Hey, there's and so the
I
attic
never
of
do
the
this.
attic of the accessory shop is the synthesis shop, and it's not going to be open for a while.
I don't know why, but I've heard a lot of people say that guy you just talked to has a striking resemblance to Robin Williams, and it's like intentional, but I don't know.
That's
I
a bit of a
doubt
stretch.
it. That feels like a stretch to me. I can see it, but the timeline doesn't work because he wasn't dead yet, so...
There is an incredible awkward zombie comic about this chest specifically,
Really?
with the postcard, and it's like, why would someone have a chest with a postcard in it on their roof? And is it a good idea for Sora to be taking it and mailing it? Definitely look up that one. Well, that's it for this part. We will see you next time.